Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with the review of the Dark Eldar Codex. This time I will do a very fast review on the book and on the different units. I will pay some more attention on the part of the rules on the units, but this is just my first look on the book. So you can expect later on to do some more detailed review of some of the units. So if we look here at the book, this is the cover. I think everybody has seen that. And here we have, as usual, the content and then the introduction. We have very nice piece of art here, and then we have all the fluff. You can see I will go fast this part. We also have some of the main cabals and how and the color scheme of them. You can, if you are interested, history where then we have all the fluff and the history of the Dark Eldar. Also we have some witch cults. More the pieces of art I think are very nice. So I'm going, as I say, I go fast. They talk about the covens, the harlequins, then they talk about some of the most important cabals. It's just the rise of Beck, so this all is fluff. Then at the end we have the chronology. Here we have also very nice pictures of the miniatures. So we can see here the new Void bomber. So we have very nice pictures here. I think as point of view from the pictures and the look of the book is impressive. It's very nice. You can spend a lot of time looking the details in the different pictures, how they play with the lights to give this ambience, and also the paint jobs they did here. So, and then we have also the war gear list. I will not go into detail now on the war gear list, but here is the same format as all the new covens, and we go into the units. So in the units, in HQ we have the Archon. Main things I can say now on the Archon is some of the equipment have changed. For example, the Archon can take the Hulk's blade, but the Hulk's blade now is AP3 and cause instant death, have the instant death rule. Have also very good stats as before. I don't think there is any weapon that can give AP2 in close combat. You can have the blast pistol and other type of relics, but yeah, this is going to be mainly equipped with AP3 weapon and can have the shadow field, or can have, here we have in the Dark Eldar equipment. Here Arcane Warrior is the one that can take the Highway Banner, the Soul Trap, the Phantom's Launcher, and then the Clone Field, the Wet Wave Portal, and the Shadow Field. The Shadow Field is working very similar to before, but now it's at the end of the phase that you lose the Shadow Field. The Clone Field is giving 4+ invulnerable save. The Wet Wave Portal is giving deep strike and is not there, have not scattering when deep striking. So then we have the Archon. Now the Archon, you don't have any limitation on the numbers. You have 1 to 12 of these. You can take the Lamerian, the Urgul, the Medusai, and the Sylph. You can each one have their own rules. I will not go now in detail. I will cover the units more in detail later on, once I'm more familiar with all the rules. But they're accomplishing. So the Lamerian have the 2+ Potion. Then we have the Urugul, that is just is the cheapest one, or is the cheapest after the Lamean. I have to go into detail. And then it is the one that have the Flamer, that is AP3. So, and we have the Stealth, that is another one, that is the one that is have strength 5, toughness 5. No, the Stealth is costing 25 points, but make more sense because you can take advantage of the toughness if you put if they are the majority in the unit, and you can do this now. Then we have the Succubus. And here, for me, what is important on the succubus, I think, although they know the dodge can only be used in the face fighting when it's in close combat, and the succubus know it will be difficult to have protection for the succubus from shooting, so you will need to include her into a unit to protect from the shooting, but it's the only HQ that will have an AP2 weapon, because he can be equipped with a cheat glaive and can have an AP2 weapon. With initiative 8 is going to be pretty fast in combat, so it's the only way to have to improve a little bit the save on the succubus is to take one of the artifacts. I think it's the Armor of Misery, that give armor 4 and invulnerable 6+. And then we have Lilith Hesperx. I think this one is going to be is quite good. It's 150 points. It's quite maybe a lot of points, but in the armor save so it's ignoring our armor save of the enemies in close combat. Have 4+ invulnerable save and 3+ invulnerable save in close combat. Well, in the fight phase, and have some special rules. I think we are going to see her more, knowing that the other special characters are not anymore here. And it's one of the best choices I think in HQ at this moment. Then we have the Homunculi. So the rules of the Homunculi have changed a little bit, because now the power from pain also changed. You have different boosts. I think it's better if we I show this before and then we go back to the Homunculi. So what is changing now is the power from pain is depending on the turn, not on the number of the units that you killed. And here I have in the summary, you will see the table. So the turn 1 you don't have anything, then you have feel no pain in 6, feel no pain in 5+, feel no pain plus fuse charge. Then you have different buffs depending on the turn. So, and then in the codex there are different rules and artifacts to increase the turn or to increase the effects. For example, if you have a Homunculus, the unit that he's joining, and he will have the benefit of 1 turn additional. So for example, if you are in turn 1, the unit will take the benefits of turn 2. Okay, and these are cumulative with other artifacts and other things that you can do. So for example, if you are buffering a lot one unit, can have on that one unit is in turn 1 but have the benefits of turn 3, for example. Okay, so and this is what the Homunculi do. So the Homunculi is going to be more a buffer. Now we only have the one with 3 wounds. There is not the lower version of this, 70 points, and have his own equipment. I will cover this. And then we have Urien Rakard, that is the big Homunculi, and giving the rule to 12 inches. So it's giving the Master of Paint at 12 inches from him. So it's going to buffer more than 1 unit. And finally we have the Dvadzar. Dvadzar, I think, will have the same problem as before. It's very good in close combat, it's fast, have a very nice weapon that is AP2, because have the demi-claves, can be used as a clave or as a 2 clave, can be AP3 or AP2 depending how you manage. It's Eternal Warrior, have 3 wounds, sorry, but the problem is I don't think have any invulnerable save. I will have the power from pain depending on the turn, but I think the main drawback of Dvadzar is that it doesn't have an invulnerable save, although have 2+ armor save. Okay, and this is finalizing all the HQ. And now we go into the troops. In troops we have the Kabbalic Warriors. I don't think there are major changes here. The main change is that now the Splinter Cannon that is was used a lot have changed rule, and now is Salvo. so meaning that if you put this in infantry, the shooting is going to drop if you move. Also, the cavalry warriors, you have the option to transform them. As you see here, this is also the option for cavalry troopborn. Then the unit, you can change them to cavalry troopborn, but then they are elite instead of troops. And then on the witches we have a very similar rule. They will be the close combat. They only have the 4 plus the dodge is only applicable, you see here, in the fight suit phase. And they also can be upgraded to blood bright, and then you will transform the unit into elites as well. As I say, I will go more in detail later on. They have also the combat drugs. No, the combat drugs also change the rules. The combat drugs have benefit boosting one, so is also random benefit that you can take as before. Thing was somewhere here. So the combat drugs are here. So you can have +1 attack, +1 strength, +1 initiative, +1 toughness, +1 weapon skill, and +1 leadership with the combat drugs. But you throw once at the when you do the warlord traits, and this is the same benefit in the whole army, as I understood when I'm reading this. So after determining warlord traits but before deployment, roll a d6 and look up at the result in the combat drugs table. All friendly models that have combat drugs special rule receive the characteristic bonus listed on the table. So you now have the same bonus for all the units that have combat drugs. I think this is making faster the benefit of the combat drugs. Now we go into the elite. In the elite we have the incubis. They will do the same role as before. They have the clavex that are the claves that are AP2 weapon +1 strength as before, and they cost 20 points each. There is one that can be upgraded, and there is no more. So just the clavex can also have the demiclaps. No more things. I think mandrakes, they now cost 36 points. 3 mandrakes, and you can increase the unit paying 12 points for each. And now I think mandrakes are going to be more on the table. So they will have the rule fear, fleet, infiltrate, move through cover, night vision, power from pain, eroded, and stealth. So they add +3 to the cover save. So they are going to be very well protected in cover. And now the Veil Blast is from the first turn. And the Veil Blast at this moment now is, if you go here, the Veil Blast is 18 inches, strength 4, AP4, assault 2, soul blaze. So I think they are going to be more on the table. It's going to be a shooting unit, and I think they are going to be quite nice now to use. Quite difficult to kill if you don't have something to remove the cover save. If we keep the mandrakes have changed completely the role or the role in the army, and they are going to be more a shooting unit than a close combat unit. Although they have 2 attacks, I think the best way to use them now is as a shooting unit and use the cover to protect, because in close combat you will not have any type of protection, so they will die pretty fast. If we keep watching them, we have the racks. So the racks can take a liquefier gun or Oz factor. Liquefier is now AP, I think if we look here, liquefier, sorry, is AP strength 3, APD6 and is a template, and the Oz factor is strength 1, AP2, assault 1, but it's flesh bend, so it's against heavy infantry. So now you can add a shooting weapon, but and then you can use also them in close combat. They don't have full protection unless they have the feel no pain from having the homunculus or being in turn 2 or 3. We also have the Codex. I don't think there are big changes there. So they can have a liquid fire gun. Any model can have liquid fire gun. So they have this type of flamer. Are costing 105 points, and they are ballistic skill, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 1, and strength and toughness 5, 3 wounds. So they are quite hard to kill, but they don't have any type of armor as well. So they have armor 6, so for me it's like not having armor almost. This is finalizing the elites, and then we go to the Beastmasters, and here is one big change now. So for each entry here, you can have 1 to 12 of the following, and the following are Beastmasters, Chimera, Razorflock, and Clouded Fin. What that means is that you don't need Beastmasters now on the unit. So you can use only, for example, if you want, you can use only the Clouded Fin alone if you want to put it there. So maybe this makes more sense for some, or you can have the Chimeras only, so if you want. So it's up to you how you want to do the combinations. I don't know how they will work now. The Clouded Fin have Night Vision and Rage, and now the Clouded Fin have 3 weapon skill, strength 5, toughness 5, 3 wounds, initiative 5, 4 attacks, and leadership 5. And so the only reason why you want to have the Beastmaster there is because it's the only one that have a leadership 8. All the beasties have leadership 5, so if you don't have a Beastmaster, most likely if they start having casualties in shooting, they will run out of the board. So here is a big change on that unit on the way to set up. As it's happening in all the new codex, we have the 2 transport options in fast attack. We have the Rider here, and now the Rider is coming with the Disintegrator Cannon for 55 points. So if you want to add the Darklands, you need to think that it's costing 60 points. That was the common use. So now there is 5 points between the Darklands and the Disintegrator. You cannot have Flickering Field anymore. The only vehicle with Flickering Field is the Venom. And now the Night Shield is adding a Stealth. So this means that you will depend on the cover save up to now. In the case of the Venom, it's coming with the Flickering Field. We also can put the Night Shields. And I think, I'm not sure how much is the Night Shield, so we can make a look fast now, because this was very common before. So if we go here, we see that the Night Shields now is 15 points. So if you want Riders with the Darklands and the Night Shields, you have to pay 70 points now for them. So it's 75 points. And you need to pay then 70 points if you want Night Shields on. So this is the thing is, you have to take this into account. The Reavers also suffered a big change, and now all these additional attacks that you were used to do when you pass the Reavers on top of another unit, no, this is not happening anymore. All these attacks are transformed into Hammer of Wrath. So when you have different abilities, and you can have, depending how you equip them, you can boost more or less the Hammer of Wrath. They have quite good Hammer of Wrath, because they are equipped with the blade veins, and these blade veins can be upgraded to Glaive Talon and Cluster Cloud Drops. And what that means is that with the blade veins they have strength 4 rending, Hammer of Wrath attacks. With the Glaive Talon is a strength 5 concussive, and with the Cluster Cloud Drops you do D6. I think was strengths. We can make a look here to be sure that I don't make a mistake. So if we go back here to the Cluster Cut Drops, so we see the model with Cluster Cut Drops is D6 Hammer of Wrath attacks, and these are resolved as a strength 6 and have rending special rule. So this unit now needs to assault to have the benefits of being in the river, and I'm not sure this is changing a lot the strategy, and we have to think into account how we are going to use now this unit, because I think is a little bit of nerf on the unit. Then we have the Hellions, and I think the big change on the Hellions is only the Phantas grenade launcher. That is a big change on the army. Now is you throw in, you force the enemy to make a leadership test, and they have a wound that they cannot be saved for each point of difference. So they have almost the same equipment. The glaive, the things like the Hellgrave now is a strength, I think it's AP5, a strength of the user AP5. Yeah, it's a strength of the user AP5, and he can have some other equipment. So this guy can have the splinter pistol and the stone claw. It's not very good. I think the best option will be now for him to have the splinter pistol and the power sword, or the splinter pistol and the agonizer. So they still have hit and run, and they don't have now the special rule that they can trap the one enemy and run with this character out of the unit. Big change here, the Razor Wing Jet Fighter is now in fast attack. It's costing 130 points, and now it's coming with 2 disintegrators, and if you want to add the Dark Lances, you need to pay, I think was here, 10 points for having Dark Lancers, have monosynth missiles, and then the Twin Link Splinter Rifle, that you can change with the Splinter Cannon for 10 points. So it all depends how you want to use them. If it's just to kill other flying vehicles, you just need to change the disintegrator cannons by 2 Dark Lancers. 10 points is 140. And if you want to add an ice shields, you will need to pay 15 additional points, so you go to 155. We have the Scourges now here, and now the Scourges, you can take 4 items from special weapons or from heavy weapons. So now they are back to what they used to be before. You can have 4 special weapons or heavy weapons in a unit. These I think are the biggest difference. And the Solarit can have a splinter pistol, and I don't think can have blast pistol. Yeah, Solarit can replace the splinter pistol by blast pistol, 15 points. So no, I don't think here there are big changes. The Ghost Armor is the same. It's 4 invulnerable 6s, and the Sharpin I'm pretty sure is the same as before. We can make a look on the weapons later on. We have the Talos. Now the Talos and the Kronos have changed a little bit. You have different shooting options also for the Talos. Now can have, I don't think before they can have it, can have Twin Link Hit Lance, Twin Link Highware Blaster, so, and can go in a unit from, so you can take additional Talos up to 3, so you can take up to 2 additional more, so I think the original one is 3, so you can make units of 3 Talos, and the same for the Kronos. And the Kronos here, what have is with the Spirit Prop is also boosting the how it's called this, the I forgot now the rule, the power from pain. So it can be used also to boost the power from pain together with the Monculus. So if you have this guy and then the Monculus in the unit, you will add 2 to the turn to know what is the benefit you have from the power of the pain. Ravager now is just fast skimmer open top, so no more the rule that can shoot 3 weapons after moving. This means that you can shoot 2, and then the last one is have to only do a snap fire. Again, cannot have flickering field, so you will depend from the cover safe or the zinc. It's coming with 3 disintegrators of bases, so if you add dark lances you have to add 15 points. Here is 125 points to have it. If you add the night shield, that is 15 points, is 140 points for the equipped Ravager. Then we have the Void Bomber. I think the Void Bomber here is 160 points. It's coming with the 2 Void Lancers and the Void Mine. The Void Mine is just a heavy blast of the Void Lancers. It's the Strength 9 AP2 Lance Blast. And you can add Shattered Field missiles, or a combination of 2 Shattered Field missiles and 2 Implosion missiles, or 4 Implosion missiles. It's quite expensive, 60 points. If you take into account this 160 points and you want to add the Implosion missiles, you go to 220. If you add the Night Shields, you go to 235 points. So it can be quite expensive depending how you equip this guy. I think with a flyer that is armor 10, I will not equip with all this type of missiles, and I will go basic, because depending what is the role you want to follow. Then if you are thinking to shooting to ground troops, and you don't want to shoot to flyers, maybe you want to change the Void Lancers with the Dark Seeds, because they are blast. If not, if you want to shoot to the other flyers, then I don't think the missiles is making a lot of sense to be equipped. So it all depends on the role you want to put him, or the role that you want him to follow in the battlefield. So, and that's all for the different units. And at the end we have also a formation. This formation is composed with 1 Archon, 1 Court of the Archon, 1 unit of Incubi, a Ravager, 6 Cavalry Warriors, 1 unit of Scourges and 1 unit of Aliens. Here, and all the units have to take a transport option if they have the transport option available. What you get for that is that you have Architect of Agony, so meaning that you have +1 when to know the turn. So when you are in turn 1, you count as being in turn 2. If you are in turn 3, you are counting as being in turn 4 for the power from the pain. This is cumulative with the Monculus and with all the other rules that we have seen before. They have Hunt from the Shadows, so meaning that they will have 5+ cover save. So the troops will have 5+ cover save on night fighting, and the other troops will and the other units will have 6+, and they can throw 2 times on the Warlord traits if this is the unit that have the Warlord. Okay, so this is all, and then we go to the special rules. I think we cover most of them. So first we go to the different weapons. I will not the appendix. Here we have the rules for the combat drugs that I explained. These are the rules for the power from pain. You see the different boosts depending on the turn you are. Then we have new Warlord traits, the Warlord trait table. I think the most interesting one can be maybe the second one that you have a reroll. Well, I will go one by one. So the first one is giving Dark Eldar faction within 12 inches from the Warlord have the fear special rule. So if fear, this one is giving you a reroll on 6 initiative, determining if it's night fighting and on the reserve. This one is giving rage to the Warlord. The fourth is giving hatred to the Warlord. The fifth, the Warlord receives +1 to the weapon skill. I don't think this is needed, because normally you will have weapon skill very high, higher than a Space Marine. And then the sixth one is the Warlord, and all friendly units with the Dark Eldar special rule at 12 inches of the Warlord have Fearless special rule. This also can be quite good. As well, we have here all the melee weapons. I will not go into the different weapons. We have the ranged weapons. We have the Arcane War gear, that is the different special gear that can come from different parts. We have the Dark Elder vehicle equipment. The other thing is the web, what I said before, the web-wide portal have changed. Now it's giving deep strike, and they don't scatter when they are in deep strike. And this can be taken, I think, for all the different HQs. We have here the artifacts. I don't see any artifact that is super good. I don't see here anything that will change the game. I don't know if this one, the Helm of Speed, that is all friendly units at 12 inches of the build have adamantium wheel, and in addition enemy seekers. So there are some things here to fight against psykers, because it's supposed that they don't have psykers in the army. So this one is one of them, but I don't think it's. I think all these anti-psyker things are very depending a lot on the situation. So if you don't fight in psykers, then you're wasting the points. We have as well a new formation for them. So this formation is what the big change is, that you will have option for 6 fast attack, and the mandatory option is a fast attack. So the mandatory option will be 1 HQ, 2 troops and 1 fast attack. You can add you will have 6 troops and 6 fast attacks. And then what the advantages you have is that if it's your primary, you can reroll. So this you can reroll on the warlord traits, and then you will have 5+ cover if it's night fighting. And they also have new tactical objective if you play Maelstrom. If you play tactical objectives in your games, as well as in previous codexes, are new from the 1 to the 16. And then we have the reference table. So this all, my first impression here is, well, I need to look more in detail, but I think it's a codex that will be highly dependent on the cover save. So if you're fighting armies like Tau or Imperial Guard that can easily remove the cover save, this can be a bad deal for the Dark Elder. So because all the fields and all the different things that we used to use before as invulnerable save now are substituted by stealth or by shrouded, so meaning that you will depend completely from the cover save. All your vehicles will depend on the cover save and the jink. So if they neutralize your jink, then you are screwed up. So here it's very important that you know and you are very clear to say if you are going to jink or not before the shooting. Okay, I think they are very good options. I think they will have the same problems as before. Fighting vehicles is not going to be easy. We are losing now the high-wire grenades on the witches, and only the characters can take high-wire grenades. But I think there are more. Now also the Talos can take anti-vehicle things. So I think vehicles are going to be more difficult. Although we have also now the Void Raven to try to compensate. On close combat, yeah, we are losing the Hull's Blade that used to be AP2, now it's AP3, causing instant kill. I'm not sure it's going to be, it's costing 25 points. We still have the Shadow Field that is a little bit better. And then we have the Lost. Here for me one of the main problems is the Splinter Cannon, that now it's going to be Salvo. Let me see where is the Splinter Cannon here. So these are the Lancers, and then the Splinter weapons are here. Splinter Cannon now is 36 inches. I think they increased the range. They used to be 24 inches. But the problem is now is Salvo 4.6. So if you move, the range is going to be 18 inches. It's not that bad. You're losing a little bit of range as before. If you remain stationary, it's quite long range. So yeah, it's nerfing a little bit, but it's not that bad as I thought before. Then the Sharbin all the other weapons are exactly the same as before. We haven't lost poison, so I think they're going to be very good against infantry. They have some weapons of AP2 from distance. I think there are quite a lot of AP2 from the distance. As you see, all the blast weapons, and then the Dark Lances. They are AP2. The Void Raven have AP2. I think they are the implosion mines. I think are quite impressive. The implosion mines here, the implosion missile. Sorry, is 48 inches. It's strength 6, AP2. So this one is going to be blast. It's going to be quite a nice weapon. But the Void Raven is costing 60 points for 4 shots of that. So that's all. I think that's all for this. I like the codex. I want to go more in depth into having more knowledge and getting more familiar with the units. And I will do some more deeper review unit by unit once I have the time to look at the codex and go more to the details. So it's only my first overview of the codex. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Please leave your comment below and see you again later. Bye!